When nature thrives, animals like raccoons, deer, possums, foxes, and even predators like owls and coyotes all find a place to live, eat, and raise their young. Each species helps keep others in check, creating a healthy ecosystem. Raccoons are mostly nocturnal foragers. They do most of their food hunting at night when it's quiet and safer from predators. You'll often see them on trail cams between dusk and dawn. The name raccoon comes from a word I can't pronounce, which means animal that scratches with its hands. Raccoons wash their food, kind of. They often dip their food in water, which looks like washing. It's not about hygiene, they're just enhancing their sense of touch, which is super sensitive when wet. Raccoons follow trails. They'll often use the same paths or game trails over and over again, especially if it leads to good food source. Super senses. White-tailed deer have excellent hearing, smell, and vision, especially in low light, which helps them stay safe at dawn and dusk. A cardinal's beauty. Possum males called jacks. Possum females called Jills. Nature in the woods is like a quiet symphony. Everything working together in harmony, even if it looks wild and random. Silence isn't emptiness. It's life moving quietly. Even when it seems still, there's a lot going on. Leaves photosynthesize, bugs decompose, roots stretch underground. Thriving nature doesn't shout. It hums with quiet purpose. Raccoons are surprisingly quiet. Even though they're active at night, raccoons are usually very quiet. But they do make sounds like a chittering, growls, and even a purring noise when they're content. Raccoons have a great memory. They can remember the solution to a task, like unlocking a latch, for years. They're basically the escape room champions of the animal world. But out here, there's no latches to unlock. Raccoons use their highly sensitive front paws to explore under leaves, logs, rocks, and in streams. Their hands are so sensitive that they can identify objects just by feeling them, even in complete darkness. Crows or ravens have a wide vocabulary of calls, clicks, rattles, and can mimic other birds. It's wildly peaceful. There's something powerful about how nature thrives without needing us, yet welcomes us to observe. When you catch glimpses of animals on a trail cam or hear birdsong on a quiet hike, that's the forest saying, I'm alive and I'm doing just fine. We're getting a close camera look at a raccoon's nose. Well, that was interesting. 33 degrees and a little camera fog. I was super excited to get to see a skunk again. It's interesting to get to watch the cat creep in an attempt to catch something. Time to check the camera out again. What animal do you think these eyes belong to? I thought fox, then I saw cat. And now another cat. And there's the fox. And this is what happens when the camera falls over. It keeps recording too. A very curious deer. And now a very curious cat. A possum on a mission. Mystery fur. I'm not quite sure what it is. What's your guess? Raccoons don't form long-term pairs. During mating season, usually late winter, early spring, males will seek out multiple females to mate with. Males may stay near a female briefly during mating, but they don't stick around to raise the babies. After mating, the female raises the kits, or the baby raccoons, on her own. She'll care for them for 2 to 4 months, sometimes even longer if needed. The possum gathers leaves into a pile, and then it curls its long, flexible tail around the bundle. Then it carries the leaves to its den, kind of like a built-in carry strap. Possums don't build complex nests, but they do line dens with soft materials like leaves to stay warm and comfy. Their tails are strong and can grip, balance, and even help them climb, though they don't hang upside down like the cartoons suggest, at least not for long. I've seen this raccoon around for several years now. Something seems wrong with his eye. So, while raccoons don't have lifetime partners, they do have an interesting social dynamics depending on the season and environment. They're eating, enjoying some corn just before dark. But 10 minutes later, they're all standing there, staring, for a good while. But I won't put you through it, but they're still staring. Okay, back to the business of eating. Everything must be okay. I like this time of night when there's different shades of gray, and it's not black dark yet. Dark can be scary. Raccoons have super sensitive hands. Their front paws have as many nerve endings as human hands, which helps them feel textures and manipulate objects. Raccoons are crazy smart. They're problem solvers. Studies have shown that they can remember solutions to tasks for over 3 years. Tail flicks equal body language. A flicking tail can mean a deer is alert but not alarmed. When they raise their tail high and run, it's clear, let's get out of here, to others. Raccoons are mostly nocturnal. They're usually most active at night, which is why you often catch them on trail cameras after dark. They are mostly solitary animals, especially the males. Going to pause here for a moment. Dangling leg. I would say they're all going out for dinner. Do you think she's full or going to have a little one? Raccoon mating season is typically from late winter to early spring, around January to March. During this time, male raccoons, or boars, will roam around looking for females, sows, that are ready to mate. When a male finds a female in heat, they may stay together for a few days, sometimes up to a week. They might travel together, eat nearby, and even rest in the same den temporarily. But it's short-lived. Once mating is done, the male moves on to look for other females. The female is left to raise the babies, kits, alone. Males don't stick around for parenting. So, during mating season, raccoons might hang out briefly as a pair, but it's more like a casual, seasonal connection. Definitely not a long-term partnership or pair bonding like you'd see with cardinals or wolves. This raccoon romance? Strictly seasonal. No strings, just spring flings. Love is in the air for about a week, then it's back to the single life. They meet, they mingle, they move on. Raccoon romance is strictly no strings attached. Mating season is late January to March. Gestation period about 63 to 65 days. Birthing time, most kits are born in April or May. Litter size, usually 3 to 5 kits, but it can range from 1 to 7. Possum roaming around. Looking for food? Head rubs in the wild. Possum spa day in the wild. The wilderness is stressful. A little self-care. Time to change some SD cards in the cameras. It's always exciting. Now I get some new footage to look at. And now we're all set to go. Another skunk sighting. Yay! Deer walking across the field is such a peaceful, cinematic moment when you've got tons of direction you could go, depending on the mood. The rare fox sighting. Watch the neck as it swallows. The nose is smelling and the belly is moving. The cats are out looking to see what they can find. It's nice to see the squirrel again, and I see that it found the camera. a large amount of deer passing through this evening. They come up this way, they stop and eat, and then they move on the other way. Their eyes in the night remind me of fireflies. It won't be long, it'll get warmer, and we'll have fireflies out. Fireflies make an evening magical. Did you see it? That was a rabbit. These deer are in a hurry to somewhere. A little bit of March snow on the ground, but I don't think the squirrel minds. It looks like a groundhog looking around. Daytime deer, early out, early to eat. Finding something to eat. And we have success. It's a chilly 20 degrees out. All alone at the moment, out for a stroll. My favorite spring sound. Listen. Now that's peaceful. Me and my boots checking cameras and feeding. Some snow flying around. Snowy evening. 35 degrees. Snow. Cold. 32 degrees now. Did you see the cat on the right? And sometimes I capture the rare sighting of a fox. And an occasional wandering cat. It's a good place to stop and get a drink. The raccoon is doing the same. Looks like the bird is taking a bird bath. I put the camera in a new, different spot. I think the deer noticed. In this one, I liked how the clouds passed through. As we walk away toward the light. Subscribe before you leave. You have just watched a Joe Garbart Outdoors video